Okay, we are live. I've got coffee. Let's get this thing going. Oh man, hello out there in internet land. This is Dan Crosier. I'm your host of COFOH Live Undead, and I've got an amazing duo tonight, Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell. But first, you write something on my face. Oh man, Jimmy Starr, Ron Russell, how are you guys?
Very well, but you're not so hot. Looks like the strawberry man came all over you.
He did. I was very sweet and tasty. It took a village to lick me clean.
Well, that sounds like you're in Palm Springs.
True. Unfortunately, it's Denver, but maybe I'm in some kind of little weird hub. I don't know.
Hello. It's very nice to be here. We want to give a shout out to Angela because she set this up and she's in the chat.
Angie, baby. Listen, Angie, you know how much I love you. And again, my sympathy goes to you about your brother. I shouldn't bring it up because we have to move on. I don't believe in going backwards. But Angie, I love you. That's all I want you to know. I love you.
Angie is fantastic people, and
she's a sweetie pie.
Yeah, she brought you into my world. And
there you go.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Excellent.
So I have sunglasses on because I had eye surgery, so I'm not able to use the lights. Are very bright and they're hurting my eyes right now. And if you don't treat me well, I'm going to come to Denver and punch you in the face and make you have two black eyes so you'll wear glasses. So it's just a little friendly hello, you motherfucker. Are we allowed to curse?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, you disgusting fucking mouth on this cocksucker. Could you ever look at your dirty mouth? You know, these guys that have these shows that they curse, they're pathetic. Yeah. They really are sad, these guys that curse.
Because we never curse.
No, we never. I'm above it. I would never say a fucking word. Would never.
No, clearly not. You are an angel. It's
but it's true. I am one of the cleanest mouthed people in the world. They call me Potty Mouth Ron. I don't know why. I mean, so I let a few fucks slip every once in a while, but that's no big deal.
So we're happy to be on.
We're happy to be
on the Colorado Festival of Horror Live and Undead with the fabulous Daniel Crosier.
Oh, you guys are sweet.
Oh, he's such a bullshit artist. He can rim he rims everybody. He really does. He's just an ass kissing motherfucker. But anyway, seriously,
very family friendly.
Oh, yeah. very.
Clearly.
I told you before we went on there, I said I'm going to make an announcement. I'm divorcing Jimmy Starr, and I want your show to be the first to know about it. I'm leaving him for good in about an hour. We just missed everybody. What happened?
Oh, no, here we didn't. That's just something.
We did a little freeze frame.
Something opened up.
Oh, man.
Hold on.
Well, you know, this
is that you that did that?
Somebody did it. Somebody took our faces off. Not nice.
Nope.
I don't know what all these are that are
looking good on my end.
Oh,
can you still see us?
Yeah. You're doing the occasional freeze frame thing, but we're still.
I don't know why, because I'm hardwired in. We shouldn't be doing that. I'm hardwired in. I don't know what all these windows are that just opened up. All right, let's see if we can get. I don't want to lose him. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
You guys got to get off the porn sites.
I don't even go on porn sites on this computer either.
Goes on I make the porns. I do daddy porn.
Fantastic!
Yeah, I'm famous.
That's where I know
famous
you from.
Oh yeah, I'm called Ronnie One Foot. You know, I keep threatening Jimmy that I threaten him that I'm going to do daddy porn. I could never. Could you imagine my daughters if they ever got a video and they saw me naked doing that shit? I would be so embarrassed. I don't know how, you know, we have we have 3 or 4 dear friends of ours that are ex-great porn stars, you know, famous porn stars. And I asked them, I said, what was it like? And now they say we have regrets because, yes, you know, we do have new lovers, husbands, wives, or whatever. Right. And they go, I said, but don't they get off when they watch you, like bang 5 guys or something? And she said, no, they don't.
They don't like it. I wouldn't
they
like
don't
it.
like it. So I would never do daddy porn unless they paid me $1 million. Would you do porn for $1 million?
Yeah, probably. I have a lower price point too, so you can probably get away with me doing a lot of different weird shit, you know, for a lot less.
First of all, are you married or single?
I got an amazing girlfriend that puts up with my shit. She and I actually write and illustrate comic books together.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, we're in a comic book.
Yeah, one. So it's called Celebrity Ghost Hunters.
Yeah. Do you know who Eileen Shapiro is?
I'm sorry?
You know Eileen Shapiro, better known as Tits.
No, I don't.
Oh, Eileen Tits Shapiro, you don't know her?
No, anyway, she's in the comic book with us with Kadrosha Ona Carol.
We were climbing over an 8-foot chain link fence to get into an insane asylum to look for ghosts. And Eileen is very beautiful with a chest that is the largest natural chest in the history of women. They're not implants. They're just, like I tell people, she turns a corner, they come first, then her. That's how big she is. So as she was going over the fence, her boobs fell on the other side of the fence, and she was hooked. And she was screaming, "Ron, lift up my boobs so I can get off the fence." And I couldn't because I was laughing and peeing myself. And that's in the comic book. So everybody get the comic book, and you'll see Eileen Shapiro hanging from the chain link fence by her big bazooms.
Nice. That sounds absolutely fantastic. That's all illustrated then? It's not like
all illustrated in the comic book, and it's hilariously funny. It's the first few pages of the book, and I think it just makes the comic book sensational because I don't think anyone has ever done a comic book where a blonde woman is hanging from a 8-foot chain fence by her tits. I think it's a first, and it's funny as all hell.
Oh, wow, that sounds exciting. You know, with that, Ron, you know, how did you get into acting? Because it looks like you've got quite the resume.
Yeah, I started in 1959 in a movie. I played a soldier with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter called That Kind of Woman. I'm 80 years old, so I've been in the business 70 years, maybe 69 years or something. I've done a lot of TV. I did a lot of stage. I was a stand-up comic for many, many years doing the Nightclub Syndrome. I've made television movies. I've been in a lot of plays and comedies and stuff. So I've got a pretty good background, body of work. Then my then wife decided she didn't want to be married. She wanted to be a career woman, and she took a powder, and we didn't see her for like 45 years. And then she croaked finally. And I raised my daughters by myself, so I had to stop working in film and go to work and make real money. So I became a very good hairdresser, and I worked in New York City, Sutton Place, and I made a lot of money to raise my children. As my children got older, then I decided to go back into film, and then I did Charlie's Angels, and I did McMillan and White. I did a whole bunch of TV stuff, just a lot of stuff. And now I retired, and then I met Jimmy, and Jimmy said, "You can't retire. You're too funny." And I'm in horror movies. I just shot 4 horror movies, and I've got 6 more to go. So I'm still working, and that's wonderful at my age. I'm in one of Angie Baby's movies, which is Clown Motel 2, which is coming out next year.
And Compatible.
And what am I doing? Oh, and Compatible. I forgot about Compatible. Yeah. So I'm working. You know, at 80 years old, I've got scripts coming my way, which I'm thrilled about. People contact me. Of course, most of the scripts suck. I mean, they're really terrible amateur writing and terrible storylines that have been done 1,000 times. But everybody wants to be in the business today. Everybody wants to be an interviewer. Look at you. I mean,
know, right?
Everybody wants to do what Jimmy and I do. Jimmy and I were the first. We were the first to Skype. We were the first to do all of it. And that's why I think, and I'm going to brag a little bit, that we are the #1 show in the world. And I'm thrilled that the New York Times and the LA Times voted us. We beat out, what's his name? Andy Cohen. And we beat out
Joe Rogan. We beat out everybody.
The other famous one.
Joe Rogan's the biggest one in the world.
No, but I don't give a shit about him. The one from Long Island. The one I know from Long Island. Howard Stern. Howard.
Oh, no kidding. Awesome.
I mean, Howard. I grew up with Howard because I'm from Long Island, and Howard would be on the radio in the morning when everybody went to work talking about, show me your
Angie
tits.
says her scripts do not suck.
No, I didn't say Angie's screens suck. I said Angie sucks.
No, but anyway.
I'm happy she does suck because she wouldn't have a boyfriend if she didn't. Yeah. But Angie,
she's watching it. She's watching with her young son.
Oh dear.
You know what?
Well,
Angie,
he needs an education. Clearly,
I met her young son. Let me tell you, she's got some of the coolest kids in the world. I mean, I met her whole family. We spent a wonderful day at her house here in whose house was it?
She rented a house in Palm Springs.
Yeah, she came to our house with the kids, and then we went to her house in Palm Springs that she rented. And we played at Sticks, the game Sticks, and those kids are wonderful, and I had the best day. So her children are very hip. They are not squares, and I think Angie's the square, not the kid.
The best of squares.
No, her kids are wonderful, and she knows it too. She did a good job raising the kid. I have a few special people that I love that I want to talk about. Joseph Kelly is raising a son. And I love Joe Kelly because he's did such a wonderful job with his boy. And the other one is Sherry Davis, who has daughters, and she's also a single mom raising one daughter that has a sort of an illness. And my heart goes out to all my fellow Mr. Moms and Mrs. Moms because we raised our children alone, and it's a hard job. And I have to tell you that they all turned out beautifully. All of our children are fabulous. So,
that's fantastic.
Apple don't fall far from the tree, fuckface. It does not. Trust me on that note.
That's right. Jimmy, so you've had an interesting origin story, so to speak, too, because you started out in fashion.
Yes. Well, actually, I did acting way before fashion because I was doing it in high school. I lived in South Florida. And so anything that's ever been made in South Florida, I'm an extra or I have like a word in it. I never have more than like a word because I'm really not a good actor. People just put me in shit because I'm a good promoter. But like I was on Miami Vice back in the day and all kinds of stuff, when I was young. Cool. But I really started becoming more involved in entertainment when I was a clothing designer. I made all one-of-a-kind clothes. I dressed on every major horror movie icon that there is, and that's actually like everybody: Doug Bradley, Freddy Krueger,
that's awesome.
Everybody from Saw, everybody from the Lost Boys, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, Brooke McCarter, Serena Vincent, Danielle Harris, like all the biggies. And I used to go to the conventions and hang out with them and give them clothes, and that's how I built the show before Ron was on it. I would go and then I would meet the people.
Interruption. The show was not what it is today. It was a shitty little radio show out of Florida that nobody even knew about.
That's actually incorrect. But we were like the #1 show on the East Coast, and then he came on and we're the #1 show.
When I came on, it never was a #1 show on the East Coast.
Sure it was.
He lies. He makes fake publicity.
No, ask Dean. We were in the paper all the time. We had 1 million, like
Dean is another liar.
Well, we had like 1.5 million viewers, and then when Ron came on, now we have 4.5 million. But we had 1.5 million back then, so we were popular, and we brought in all the different horror people, and we've had everybody from every horror movie because we started it out as a show liking people from the 80s, and then we brought every horror movie show. And I used to do a show called Fright Asylum that would get like 50,000 views a week, and we would do movie reviews. And so we would get all the horror movie people from those shows on. It started out really heavy duty horror, and now we bring horror people on, but primarily the most horror people come on now in September and October because we have Halloween.
And I bring on the major stars of yesteryear, the biggies. We had Lainey Kazan, Richard Anderson, to name just two of the. Richard Anderson, by the way, was Oscar in the Bionic man, a bionic woman, and Richard was a
$6 million man.
And 6 million. Richard was a dear friend of mine. Lainey Kazan, who is my Big Fat Greek Wedding, and Oive, My Son is Gay, 2 movies you should see, is a dear friend of mine. So we have a lot of the old timers coming on that I'm still friends with. Makes the show interesting because we satisfy every age.
Nice.
And we have a lot of perverts that come in, like Dave Hughes in England. He's always mad. He's like, if Sadie Katz comes on, he's jerking off. I mean, he's a pig. But we like him. No, he tells her he's married. He's an old man. He's like 68 years old.
No, he's older than that even.
He's older than that. It's like he's in his 70s.
He loves all the hot women. He loved it when we recently had Kelly Maroney. He loves Sadie Katz.
No, but his favorite was what's her face?
Angie Stevenson.
Angie Stevenson. He was whacking it off. His wang almost came off. I mean,
tomorrow we have Julianne Philpott coming on, which you probably know. Julianne Philpott. She's coming. Oh, Julianne Prescott. I'm sorry, she goes by Prescott. Prescott. She's coming on tomorrow.
And all the beautiful, sexy blondes, they come on with their ninnies coming out almost. They do it deliberately. They wear push-up bras, and our show is a lot of fun because I say the things that everybody out there wants to say but doesn't have the guts to say. We're not allowed to men are not allowed to comment on women's tits anymore. It's called politically incorrect.
No, it's called the Me Too movement.
Well, it's a lot of shit because those women spent a lot of money putting those fucking balloons in, and now you're not allowed to look at them or comment on them, and they flaunt them. Every woman we see, they have low-cut dresses with these enormous cleavages, and men are not allowed to say, wow, I'd like to get my mouth on those babies. So I say it for them. I don't give a shit. What are you going to do? Put me in jail? Come on, get over it. Now I'm after men showing their crotches. I think, no, seriously, like, what's his name with the big dick, the actor?
Chris Pine.
No, the other one. John. Hamm.
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Sure.
All over Facebook now, pictures of John Hamm's big wang in pants. And I think it's nice that we do that we have sexuality again. Otherwise, we're becoming telephone robots.
Yeah.
Telephone robots.
Is that something to an extent too that kind of balances out the female and the male
that's what we think.
Yeah, that's what I'm pushing. Women look at crotches. I don't give a fuck what you say. And now I'm Italian, so I got a nice baloney, all right? Sometimes it shows in my slacks. I can't help it. It shows in photographs. Sometimes I'm not aware of it. No, I try to curb it a little if I can. And I get comments on Facebook, wow, boo, So women look at men's crotches. They love to see what you're packing. And men love to look at chicks' boobs to see what they're packing. And you know what? It's nature. It's wonderful to turn each other on. It's very healthy to get your blood pressure up and get an erection when you see a beautiful girl or a beautiful guy. Anyway, that's the olden days when nobody cared. But today, everything is so fucking politically correct. You can't say this, you can't say that. You know what? Go fuck yourself. Don't say anything. Just stay home, go to bed, drop dead. Anyway, Jimmy Starr, what do you think?
We're kind of doing that anyway because we're stuck in the COVID world.
That's right. That's actually true.
I know, but we have this wonderful thing called, what is this thing we're on? What is this thing called?
StreamYard.
No, what is this thing? This plastic
computer?
Is this a computer? This thing?
Yeah, a web show.
It's not a computer. This is a notebook.
No, that's a computer. A laptop.
A laptop. That's the word I'm looking for. We have the laptop nowadays, and via the laptop, we could see whatever we want. We have more selection today than ever in the history of entertainment.
Right. Yeah.
So hang out those knockers, girls and boys. Hang them out.
So much porn to stream.
No, it's not porn. When Sherry Davis, who I love and adore and think is the most gorgeous woman in the world, shows her magnificent bosoms, it's not porn. It's not vulgar. It's actual, like, you want to get your head and just rest them in her cleavage. You want to just put your cheeks to her tits because they're like motherly. I can't explain it in a sexy way. Now, Eileen Shapiro, well, her tits are so big, you could use them for a chaise lounge. I mean, you could lay on her tits full body and you're on her bazooms.
Very practical uses.
I mean, her boobs are bigger than anything you ever saw in your life.
So let's
although Angie Baby's right there. I have to check one day and see if Angie's knockers are as big as Eileen's knockers. Because Angie Baby is packing some motherfuckers. She's got two guitars or mandolins. They're guitars, I think. She's got 2 guitars hanging.
I'm sure she could comment on that in a second. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you also have a career as a publicist too.
Yes, with Eileen Shapiro, the lady with the big boobs. We own
Eileen Tits Shapiro.
We own World Star PR. We're
Is she in the chat room?
No.
Eileen, why not?
We're the #1 entertainment PR company in the world, and we work with all kinds of cool people. Lots of people in horror, lots of people in music. We do movies, we rep films, authors, everything pretty much that you could do, and we do a great job. People love working with us, and we love all the cool clients that we've got.
Fly is in here.
I know.
Went right in my ear. Do you ever have a fly in your ear? Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Horrible.
You need a fly swatter? We
No,
need to do
I'm going to use my dick as a bat.
Well, you probably could.
And when the fly comes by, just clomb it.
Be careful. Don't give yourself a concussion.
Yeah.
Never happened. Never happened. That baby's unbreakable.
So wait, though, this is a horror movie podcast. We need to
so
talk
let's talk about horror movies.
Right.
I'm in horror movies. I'm in scary movies.
Yeah.
Very scary
Ron,
movies.
you were mentioning that you're in all these horror movies. Obviously, with Angela and Joseph's Clown Motel 2.
Yes,
that's coming out, and then Compatible. But you've got a few more.
I don't play monsters. I play cops and gangsters always. I'm always cast. Although in Clown Motel 2, I play General Milan. I'm the head of the army, and I get the guys together to go out and rescue.
No, you can't tell what you.
Anyway,
the general.
I'm a general, and I have.
I thought we were going to have an exclusive.
Well, it's no big deal. I just help everybody in the movie. So I play a general. I played a cop in another movie. I got killed in that one by a monster that comes out of the river, and it's Croaker, and it soaks your soul out of your body and puts it in a jar.
Wow.
Well, yeah. And then and then my favorite role I played is coming out soon, and it's the big friggin' rat. And I play Paulie. Paulie is an illiterate Brooklyn Guinea gangster who is up in a log cabin with 2 other mafiosos to chop up a squealer who squeals.
No, you're telling stuff you can't tell.
Oh, I can't say that.
It's called Big Freaking Rat.
NDA in play, huh?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
I believe in coming attractions. People will forget what I'm saying. Nobody remembers this shit.
Doesn't matter. You can't do it.
Anyway, it's a good part. Excellent role. Coming up, I have another movie that I'm playing. Either a gangster or a cop. I'm not sure. There's 2 parts given me. I have to choose, and that's about slavery, white slavery.
No, human trafficking.
Well, same thing. White slavery.
Not the same thing.
And then I have another one coming up where I play a father to Sherry Davis, Sadie Katz, and I think I have another daughter. There's 3 daughters.
I don't know because they haven't finalized.
I forgot who that's Bailey's film.
Dave
Bailey's film. And then I have another one. Never do I play. I want to be in Churchill's film playing a vampire, but he won't cast me. They only cast me as cops and gangsters. I would love to play some horrible monster. That really is gory and disgusting. Like Joe Castro, the marvelous Joe Castro. He's a
Do you know Joe Castro?
I know of him.
Okay.
Well, you should know of him.
I'm sure she'll be putting him on here.
Because he's got a reputation that goes bigger than what's his name, Baker from Universal Studios. Joe Castro makes the most disgusting, horrific, ugly, drippy, slimy, disgusting, toothy, red-eyed creatures you ever want to see.
Nice.
His work is revolting. I really think he's insane because a normal person could never have that sort of talent to make those horrible monsters. Sometimes I think Joe Castro is an extraterrestrial and he's here disguised as Joe Castro. And when he makes those monsters, they're his relatives on the planet Mars.
Nice. So they're practically family portraits.
Yes.
Absolutely. His work is brilliant. He is a sweetheart of a guy. I love him. But his
That's
work,
awesome. Yeah, I saw him on your show. I think a little while ago.
Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah.
When we shot the big friggin' rat, I saw the rat, and it was in the studio, and it was dark, and the rat was there, and I looked at it, and I said, "Oh my God, is that thing frightening?" It's going to be a wonderful movie because the rat doesn't look like a paper mache rat with a man in it. It looks like a real rat the size of a Volkswagen.
Ooh.
I mean, it's really a spooky movie. And I can't wait to see it either. I shot it, but we don't do rushes anymore. Those days are over.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the film, but that's one premiere I want to go to. And of course, Clown Fear 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Clown Motel 2.
I mean, Clown Motel 2 was a campy movie. I went to see it with Jimmy, and I thought to Jimmy, I said,
that's how we met Angela.
I said, this film is really bad, but it was wonderful. It was so bad that it was great, and I loved it. I loved it because it was like Killer Tomatoes or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But
a good B movie.
But wait a minute, but Clown 2, Motel 2,
mm-hmm.
they tightened it up, and I think it's going to be a very good horror movie. Not so campy. I haven't seen that either yet, but I think it's going to be more of a scary movie than a campy movie.
Yeah, because you guys just finished up shooting that last month, I think.
We finished shooting. I think
they just finished it
about
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago, we wound it up. We shot it all. That should be coming out when? Christmas?
No.
And Halloween? When?
No.
Next year. Next year. Halloween.
Yeah. No, it'll come out before then.
Yeah. What's it like to be on set, having to deal with, social distancing and stuff like that?
I'm always in trouble. Always.
Always the constant with you, huh, Ron?
Lionsgate sends their agents in to fire me and to kill me and to shoot me because Lionsgate, when they years ago, a studio ran a film,
mm-hmm.
and the director sometimes had clout over the studio. Today, the director hasn't any clout. It's the investor. And if you want your film to go out Lionsgate, you have to kiss Lionsgate's ass. And you have to do everything Lionsgate wants you to do. And that's letter perfect. No ad-libbing, no, don't do drama. Everything has to be what they want. And that's not how I work. When we were shooting Clown Motel 2, there was a scene where we were knocking on the door for Joe Kelly.
No, you can't tell stuff.
A little scene like that.
No, they wrote a big thing all over Facebook. Quit talking about it. There's but everything everybody's saying, everybody's going to know the whole movie. Nobody's going to go see it. There's a big.
I'll go see it.
Facebook,
I really want to divorce this motherfucker.
I know, but that's just, you can't tell stuff. You sign NDAs, and then everybody, you don't answer your phone, so everybody calls me about it.
That was just a little bit of nothing I was going to say.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
I love this. I can fish anything out of you.
Listen, I improvised, okay? It wasn't what I did wasn't in the script, and I improvised. And they loved it. Nice. And I said to them, listen, you hire me as an actor.
Yeah.
But you hire me as a line reader. I'm not a line reader. I don't stand there without emotion, without scratching my ass and read lines. I liked, in one movie, I was picking my nose when I was on the phone with a detective in my office. And, that's what we do. I had my feet up on the desk. It was in Croker. I had my feet up on the desk, and as the guy's talking, I picked a little winner out, rolled it up, and threw it on the floor. And
nice.
that made it wonderful. And you know what? The kids love that.
Yeah.
When the kids see that, the 10-year-olds, they go, "Oh my God, look, it's got a booger," and they want to run it back. So you have to let the veteran actor who has the experience to know what makes a film happen.
Yeah. So sometimes that nuance and that spontaneity is all that it takes.
Yeah, but I get in trouble because I don't remember lines well because I'm old. I forget my lines. So Jimmy, now we have a little thing I put in my ear, a little plug, and Jimmy reads me my lines so I can go right through it beautifully, which is a pleasure because I don't have to worry. Also, what's his name does it because the famous movie actor. What's his name?
Marlon Brando.
Oh, he has a plug. No, the young one, the one,
Everybody uses
the
them.
pirate.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp doesn't.
Oh yeah, he does that too. I think he picked that up from Brando because Brando would famously never learn his lines.
No, and neither does De Niro or Pacino. Nobody. Listen, Meryl Streep has trouble. Nobody my age can remember lines. I don't give a shit who you are.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit, but if you're given, 7, 8 lines, it's very difficult.
right.
And a lot of times, I was in one movie. I forgot what movie it was, and the line was not a Brooklyn gangster line. It was kind of a California faggy line. It was a very gay line. I didn't care. It didn't come out right. And I said, let's do it differently. And they said, why? And I said, because I'm from Brooklyn. And if you spoke this way, they'd beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
People would punch you in the face and say, what are you talking, like an Englishman? So we changed it.
Nice.
But I feel that I work for the best of the film. I work hard because it's hard for me now at this age. When I was young, I used to remember 10, 12 pages with no problem.
Right.
I work very hard to make the film as good as it can be, to bring my age to the film, my character and my age to the film. I enjoy it, but I do get in trouble a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you wouldn't jump into it and do it if you didn't enjoy it. And the fact that
I'm at a point in my life where I don't give a shit. I'm not winning an Oscar. I'm not getting an Emmy.
Actually, you don't know that.
Well, so far, no. Yeah. So if they fired me,
you know something.
Wait, if they fired me and kicked me off the set, I don't give a shit.
I mean, our show got nominated for an Emmy 2 years ago. We didn't win, but we got nominated.
If they kicked me off the set, I would go home to Palm Springs, sit in my room, play Zelda, my video game, and I'm very happy.
So talk horror a little bit. What are like you're obviously you're a big horror fan. I feel like I'm interviewing you, but I shouldn't be doing that. But
that's what you're naturally good at. That's what you guys do.
Colorado Festival of Horror. So okay, so you're a horror fan. You got a great backdrop.
Say it correctly. He's not a whore. A whore is a woman that goes out and makes money.
Hey, Ron, I swing both ways.
Okay, but wait a second. It's horror. It's a horror movie.
How do you say horror?
It's not horror. A horror is a woman.
I'm asking him.
Horror. Like I said, it's both ways. But as far as horror goes, we got together, a bunch of fans, putting together an event. But unfortunately, because of COVID, we rolled everything, all our programming online, and that's where we're able to talk to such amazing people like you, Jimmy and Ron, and it's been fun because we've been able to get access to people we normally wouldn't have access to.
So what are some of your film? Like, okay, like you're a horror person. If you were like, it's a terrible rainy day.
You can't do that. Now you're doing our show. What
are some of your favorite films?
Yeah, some of my favorite films. Well, Ron mentioned one of them earlier, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, it's so fun. See, I love campy B movies. I love that.
It's so fun.
We actually had Grant Kramer on our show.
Grant Kramer,
who's the lead guy in that film.
Grant Kramer's mother is my very dear friend for a lot of years, and she's the movie star Terry Moore. Terry Moore was in Mighty Joe Young when she was a young girl. And Grant got his name because Terry Moore and Cary Grant were best friends. So when Grant was born, Cary Grant was the godfather, and she named her son Grant. And that's how it became.
Wasn't she like married or something to Howard Hughes?
She was married to Howard Hughes, Terry Moore. I just saw Terry at a red carpet about a year ago. She looks wonderful. She's about 88, 89. She looks young and gorgeous and fabulous.
Oh, so that's awesome.
That's our connection to Killer Tomatoes. I mean, what'd you think of Killer Tomatoes? No, Killer Tomatoes. Did you ever see that one?
I did. It's been a really long time for me seeing that. I think I saw Return of the Killer Tomatoes, the one with George Clooney when he was a young kid.
Right.
And, but it's been a long time since I've seen the original. Is that one of your favorites?
Oh yeah, when they start getting hit with
I've never seen that.
when they get hit with the tomatoes, you can't help but laugh. It's so stupid.
It's hilarious.
I mean, it's so damn stupid that you have to go hysterical. I mean, I love that campy kind of spoofy stuff.
Yeah. If you like that one too, did you ever see Attack of the Killer Condoms?
Condoms? No. Killer condoms?
That's a for real movie?
Yeah, it's a German film. Trauma Films used to distribute it. I don't know if they still do, but I think I've got a copy of it lying around. But it is hilarious and absolutely wonderfully gross.
Probably. No, I was sent a script that I wish somebody would do, and it was called, what was it called? Oh, Drag Queen.
Zombies from Outer Space.
Zombie Drag Queens from Outer Space. And It's got a bunch. They wanted me to play the lead drag queen, and my name was Miss Moon. And we all come to Earth because we ate all the men on our planet, and now we came here to meet new men to eat them.
Nice.
And one scene I found very funny was a guy was coming. One of the drag queens was coming out, and she was eating a hot dog.
That is awesome.
Frankfurter, but it wasn't a Frankfurter; it was a penis. So I in a role, I just think that kind of silly, shit works. I wish somebody would film it. Marcel Waltz loved it. I sent it just to Marcel, and he loved it. And I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but I think it'll be.
Do you know Marcel?
Marcel Waltz, Blind, the wonderful movie Blind.
Wait, do you know him? I asked him if he knew him, though. Do you know Marcel?
No, I don't.
You have to meet Marcel.
You guys know everybody, not me.
No, Marcel.
We have to introduce you to cool people.
Marcel
Please
Waltz.
do. Open my world up.
No, Marcel put out a film that is superb. Number one film of the year. It's called Blind. It's not a horror movie.
In November.
It's not a horror movie. It's more of a thriller, Hitchcockian thriller.
Okay.
And it is wonderful, and I love it. And Sarah French, another piece of ass. She did a brilliant job in that film.
Nice.
She normally gets hired for nude shots because she's a naked performer. And this is the first time that she kept her clothes on and showed us that she's a great actress, and she is a great actress. She did a good job.
Incidentally, I'm talking to her about scheduling an interview, and then I've got Julianne Prescott, who you mentioned before.
She's coming on tomorrow. She's fabulous.
All my girlfriends, you're getting all my ladies.
I'm following you, Ron. Whatever you're throwing up, I'm just gonna try and swipe, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'm gay, so I get away with murder. You won't.
No, that's true. No murder for me.
If you comment how beautiful their tits are, they'll never talk to you again.
Yeah, you get like Me Too in trouble. He doesn't because he's 80 years old and totally gay.
Yeah,
I 80 years old has nothing to do with it, Rosie. The age has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that they know that I love their beauty and that I find bosoms to be the most beautiful thing in the world. I'm not all gay,
Yeah. Ron, you mentioned earlier that you're having trouble with your eyes due to a procedure and everything. How are you holding up right now? Is it too bright in there, or are you okay?
Well, let's put it this way. I don't see you. You're blue. I see a blue face.
Yeah, but he is blue.
Oh, is he
I am kind of blue with the light I put on here to a little mood lighting.
I see teeth with a beard, smiling blue.
That's all I am.
3 days ago, I had this eye, the cataract, removed from the left eye. And that's why the sunglasses, because the bright lights of the studio are disturbing my eye. I'm not trying to look like Gloria Swanson,
How did you become? Because now you look like a Smurf, though. You weren't blue before when we started.
Well, I've got a blue light going, and I always keep the outdoor, the window open. So right now the sun's going down. So
okay. So you're becoming more blue.
There was a joke.
You look like a Smurf.
Yeah, I'm more natural. I'm a little bit more believable than the Avatar creatures, just mildly.
Yeah.
There was an old joke years ago by a fabulous comedian. She was a Jewish woman from Brooklyn, and her name was Belle Barth. And her joke was, I'm watching the sun go down as the father is disapproving. You got to think of it. A think joke. I'm watching the sun go down as the father is disapproving.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You didn't even get it. You're so stupid.
Anyway, so going back to the blue.
Well, there goes the divorce.
No, going back to the blue, like Avatar. You mentioned Avatar. Did you see the movie Don't Breathe?
Yeah. I know I saw it.
That's the guy about the blind guy living in the house and the people coming
that's
to try and
right.
rob him.
Yeah, Stephen Lang, who is
Stephen
in
Lang.
Stephen is a darling person. We know him. We love him.
Oh, that's great.
I danced with Stephen. We were at a thing up in New York State, up in I forgot where, but we were at a movie festival, and Stephen was there, and we were sitting and talking, and he was really nice. And I said to him, I said, you're really very gay friendly, and I like that. And he said, oh, my wife is a designer. We know many gay people.
Nice.
I said, so would you dance with me? And he said, yeah. And we got up and we started dancing cheek to cheek. So, I mean,
that's so sweet.
He's a straight guy. He's not afraid of being thought of as gay. And it was just so sweet of him to do that. We did it as a joke. It was photographed and we used it for publicity. But Stephen Lang is a brilliant, brilliant actor.
Nice.
One of the nicest human beings I have the pleasure of knowing.
And that Don't Breathe movie was awesome.
And he was one.
And he's the Avatar. He's the bad Colonel Miles Quaritch in Avatar.
But he was wonderful in that film. He's a wonderful people make wonderful actors. I found that to be. All of the legends that I knew Lauren Bacall, Jane Russell. Well, Jane Russell was never a great actress. She was more of a sex symbol. But Lauren Bacall was a wonderful actress. And they're wonderful as people. Lauren Bacall is Humphrey Bogart's wife. Yeah. And I find that when the person is wonderful, the acting is wonderful as well.
Nice.
Glenn Ford was a nice person, pardon me, who was a good actor. Betty Davis, who I knew well, was a character. I mean, Betty was a movie just knowing her for 10 minutes, and a wonderful actress. So I believe that we carry our personalities over into the film. Yeah,
most definitely. Whether it's that spontaneity, or nuance, or you got to put yourself in it.
Look at Cary Grant. Cary Grant played Cary Grant all the time. He never played anybody else, and we loved it. We couldn't wait to see a Cary Grant movie.
Right.
So it's either you have it or you don't. A lot of young people say to me, Ron, how do I get in the movies? What do I do? What do I need to know? And I tell them, you either have it or you haven't. The camera either loves you or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, get a job in a bakery or, go sell whatever, cars.
Or work behind the scenes.
Yeah, because the camera has to love what you're all about. You have to have personality.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of content in front of the camera, whether it's scripted or well performed or some kind of spontaneous act.
Yeah.
Speaking of blue people too, you guys know my friend the Enigma.
Yes,
Jimmy does. He said I never met him. I did meet that man. That man had horns when I met him, tattoos and spears.
You just saw pictures that I seen.
I think I met him, maybe not with you.
Oh, maybe if met him without.
But I've been somewhere with this man. I was scared the shit out of me when I saw him, and I thought to myself, he's sick. How demented is this to do that to yourself?
I originally met the Enigma in Florida. Many years, I'm talking like 15, 20 years ago, at Spooky Empire, which is one of the best horror conventions in the whole country. And he was there. He was fabulous. I was a clothing designer. I gave him some clothes. We took pictures. We hung out. We went to Halloween Horror Nights together. He's very, very cool. And he has, he was on the X-Files.
Yep.
And so I actually have his X-Files little figure that he signed for me in the package, never opened in the package, because I collect action figures and superheroes and horror movie collectibles. And so he was great. He was a lot of fun, and I've seen him many, many times since.
Nice.
We've seen him many times. But Lance Henriksen's my favorite, though. If I could pick anybody, he's my absolute favorite.
We were just watching Pumpkinhead. Just before I got on here, Elise, my girlfriend, was saying she'd never seen it, even though we've sat down and watched it like 3 times together.
I totally want the 18-inch Pumpkinhead action figure, but it's really expensive.
Oh, no.
I would totally like to have it. I had a chance to buy it one time for $100, and I didn't buy it, which upset me. And now it's like $300.
Oh, geez. Is that the one from McFarlane Toys?
Yeah, but it's a really big one, like 18. One. But Lance Henriksen, he was in Alien, and he's another one. He was on our show back in the day, and he was in. So he actually makes the alien tiles. They're ceramic tiles with the alien monster on them. He doesn't sell them; he just makes them. And then once in a while, he gives them away. Like if you go on eBay, they're like thousands of dollars. And he gave me one of them. And he signed the back. It says, "Jimmy Starr, you're the coolest fucker ever," and he signed it. And
yeah, but Jimmy gave me $50 to do that.
No, I didn't, because the tile's worth thousands of dollars. It's like my my two horror movie prize possessions are my Alien tile, and I also have a Clive Barker book, Aberrat, where he actually wrote inside of it and did a one-of-a-kind drawing in the cover of it for me when he gave it to me. And
that's sweet.
I was at Spooky Empire another time, and Clive Barker actually wanted to come and see the clothes and stuff, and so he called me when I was at the VIP party, and he came into our room at like 11 o'clock at night, and he stayed till 7 in the morning telling us stories, like horror movie stories about all his movies and stuff. And since next to Stephen King, he's like the next biggest horror icon that there is in horror. And he was very, very cool. So it was one of like the greatest experiences ever for me for horror wise.
Yeah, Enigma used to tell me that he was good friends with Clive Barker's partner, and was introduced to Clive Barker, and he had nothing but nice things to say. And then a couple years ago, that Project Greenlight.
Yep.
He was, I guess he was curating that project. It was all going to be low budget horror films. And so Enigma and I wrote up a script and submitted it, and we never heard a thing since.
Oh, hey, that's okay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Right.
That's what they do today. Years ago, they would write a beautiful, polite letter. Thank you so much for your script, but it's not what we're using right now. We will contact you when we decide to. In other words, fuck you, fuck you.
No, they don't even
Nowadays, they don't even answer you. You send a script and they throw it in the garbage, and you don't know whether they like it or not. I'm still old-fashioned. Every script, and I get quite a few scripts that come into my email. I read the first 3-4 pages, and I know immediately if it's going to go nowhere, and I write a nice note back. I give them a little hint. I say, your script is wonderful, but perhaps if you wrote it a little differently, make it interesting. The beginning. Don't open up with, I had oatmeal and the world was beige. That's not going to go anywhere.
That's pretty blasé.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Don't make it so vanilla. So they listen, they'll contact me back and say, Ron, thank you so much. How should I open my script? And I write, open it where I want to read more.
That's right.
Use your brain. Use your fucking brain. You call yourself a screenwriter. Well, be a screenwriter. Make me want to continue. You're sending me a lot of pages. Sometimes they send me 100 pages, which I'm not reading. But I mean, it's ridiculous.
Do you have a favorite horror movie actor?
Let's see here.
You're doing
I don't ask that on our show.
Yes, you do.
I never ask.
It's a roundabout way, Muddy Cone.
Okay, but that's okay.
I think one of my favorites is Brad Dourif. He was in Dune and Chucky. Yeah,
we had his daughter on our show when she was in the Chucky movie. I think she's in 2 of them maybe, but when she was in the first one, she came on. Fiona Dourif is her name.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen him in a lot of horror movies, but whenever he's on like a David Lynch film, it seems like he's able to play a little bit more, be a little bit more nuanced.
Right.
And I absolutely love that. Ron, you were talking about how you want to get in on a scene and do it your way. And
no, don't ever say that. I'll never work again.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want. I don't want to do it my way.
Right.
But I was on. I shouldn't say this. Well, Rock Hudson's dead, and he won't mind. When on McMillan and Wife, Rock was shooting down on the pier where I was working. I was a dock worker, and that was me. and Rock didn't Roy or Rock Hudson, whatever you want to call him. He liked Roy by people who knew him, and he wasn't happy with a line. So we had script girls in those movies. Today they don't have script girls, and he said to the script girl, "I'm not happy with this line. It's a little effeminate for me. Could we change it?" And they changed it. Rock Hudson protected his sexuality. Yeah. And he was a 6'5", gorgeous hunk of baritone man, one of the most magnificent human beings I've ever seen in my life. He was breathtakingly gorgeous. And he was butch, and he wanted to be manly. He never wanted to be, yet off camera, he was effeminate. Believe it or not, Rock Hudson was light in the loafers. He was laughy and gay and kind of, not the Rock you saw on film. So sometimes you have to say the line doesn't fit the character.
Right.
The writer got tired, or maybe had a ham sandwich and forgot what he was writing. You don't know. You don't know.
Right.
It's up to a good actor not to rearrange, not to reconstruct, not to go against the director. Never, never, never do you go against your director. You're in trouble. But you have to say to your director or somebody, the line doesn't work. Could we try it this way? And if you do that and say, could we try it this way? Only a moron asshole director would say no. Then you know never to work for that jerk again. But a good director will say, okay, let's see what you could do with it. Alfred Hitchcock did this. Alfred Hitchcock gave you a script, but you never had to learn it. You improvised it. You do what you felt was right. And it worked beautifully because Alfred Hitchcock is one of the most famous and the best directors we've ever had.
Yeah.
Don't go on a set thinking you're going to change it, and don't be demanding, and don't say, I refuse to do this line, because they'll say, fuck you, and you're fired. Just suggest, like, maybe we could, the line's not happening. It's not working. Yeah. As I said, in Croker, I forgot the line, but there was a line they gave me, and I said, this sounds like some faggot in Pittsburgh, a Pittsburgh faggot. It doesn't sound like a Brooklyn cop. Yeah. And the director looked at me, he said, well, what does a Pittsburgh faggot sound like? And I wanted to say, well, you, but I couldn't because he was straight anyway. But, Brooklyn people, we have a way of just connecting words. We have a way of abbreviating, and we do a lot of expressions more than words. We could do, like, another thing in acting. Don't always read your lines. It's okay to go, oh, that says a lot. If you go, oh is better than, oh, I'm shocked. Okay? Yeah. So if the line is, oh, I'm shocked, that's gay. That's faggoty. Just do, oh.
By the way, you can't use that word. He can use it because he's gay, just so you know. So don't you repeat that. He can't.
No, I know. I've got a lot of gay friends.
Okay.
Come on, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't believe in that shit.
I know, but...
Oh, please, we don't mean it now. It's not malice. It's not malice. It's part of the gay world. Oh, please. Listen, I have black friends. They call each other, you know what? I mean, let's get over this shit about everybody's insulted. It's no offense. It's cute. Faggot is a cute word. I like being called a
but people
faggot.
don't like it.
Well, fuck them that don't like it. They're so worried. Meanwhile, privately, they say to each other, that fucking fag, the fag next door. Come on, give me that bullshit. They're all publicly, they're all politically correct. Meanwhile, in private, they say everything derogatory about everybody. It's called they're full of shit and they're phonies, and I hate people like that. Tell it like it is. You know what? When you tell it like it is, I know who I'm dealing with. And let me be the one. Let me deal with it. Let me decide whether it's proper or not. Don't you fucking dictate to me that the word faggot is improper.
It's not improper for you.
It's not improper for anyone as
Straight
long as you
people
don't
can't use it.
No, don't say I hate fucking faggots. That I don't care for, because that's the word hate before it. But if you say Ron Russell is such a faggot and then you laugh, that's okay, because I am a faggot.
Teresa's in the chat room too. She's not Teresa. Teresa Sabin from Florida.
Hey, Teresa, how are you? Anyway, I'm so sick of this.
Not getting any of the comments coming through, it looks like. So, not sure why. I can send stuff out, but can't.
That's okay, because I'm watching the chat on my phone as we go along. So I'm making.
You know what?
So with quarantine, is there any films or TV shows that you guys have just been absorbing?
Junk.
He's tired of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit they put on television is pathetic. I love to watch. We have a station here in Palm Springs, Channel 14. I watch Perry Mason with Raymond Burr. I watch Carol Burnett's show. I watch all the old TV. It's called TV something. I don't know.
Me TV or something.
Me TV.
I binged Cobra Kai. I thought it was awesome.
Cool.
I like The Boys a lot. Now that horror movies are going to be out, I'll watch a lot of horror movies from now till October because they're going to let us have a bunch of them, and so we'll get to see a lot of new ones.
And I don't like horror movies. I find them very boring. I really do. I find them very, very poorly done. I mean, the acting is terrible. Some of the photography stinks. The sound is not good. They're not really good professional movies. But then again, they're $15,000 shot in 2-day movies. It's like let's get our cell phone and go out and do a movie. I don't like that. I prefer a professional movie because I'm in the business and I know shit from Shinola, as they say. And I like
film like Killer Clowns.
Killer Clowns was absolutely photographed well.
Sure,
the color was beautiful. The clowns were beautiful.
Yeah,
the running in and out scenes, and when they were in those weird, the crazy house. No, that film was done well. Jimmy never saw Night of the Living Dead, the original in the black and white film, and we watched it a couple of nights ago. It wasn't shot professionally, but it also was shot in a way that it was almost like a home movie. And you were seeing something that was authentic.
Right.
So it frightened you because it looked so real. It looked like, wow, they took film of what was going on. Believable. Yeah. So as long as your film is believable, it's okay.
And Ron said when that movie came out that was like the scariest movie ever back in the 60s.
We never saw such a thing. When I was a kid, zombies were African-American men, and they closed their lids and painted their eyelids white. And they would be walking with their arms straight out, parading like zombies. They never ate anybody. Yeah. So we never knew from that sort of shit. I mean, Psycho, Hitchcock had a lot of trouble with the film to get it okayed because he couldn't show the actual knife going in the actress. What was her name? Janet Leigh.
Yeah.
Today, they show the knife going in, the blood coming out. The senses are gone. Years ago, if somebody was shot in a movie, you never saw blood or a bullet hole. They were laying on the floor dead. So we were not used to it. Now we watch this movie that we see people being eaten when the truck goes on fire and the people are barbecued. The boy and the girl were barbecued. And then that insane-looking woman was eating a wrist of the girl. Oh, my God, was that disgusting and frightening, scary. Then, of course, Psycho came out, Hitchcock Psycho. Yeah. And the star of the movie doesn't get killed 10 minutes into the film. Never happened.
Right.
And we thought that Janet Leigh was going to pop out of the trunk of the car before it went in the swamp, but she didn't. So Hitch killed Janet Leigh 10 minutes into the film. That was frightening. Nobody took showers again. We all did it as a joke. I remember we went up to Cape Cod, a bunch of guys, gay guys, and we were all staying in the same room, like 5,000 of us sleeping on furniture and on the floor. And one guy was in the shower, and we ran in with a knife and scared the hell out of him. And that's all people were doing. We're running in and out of showers, stabbing each other, scaring each other. That was the doorway to shock movies. Hitchcock started it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Man, guys, we are just about out of time.
I see we got 1 minute left.
Yeah, we've got about a minute left. But, where can our audience go to find your show? The Jimmy Starr Show with Ron Russell.
We're all over the place.
The best place to go is to, you can Google it because we have a YouTube channel. So it's the Jimmy Starr Show with Ron Russell on YouTube. Or to find out everything that we do, you can go to JimmyStarrsWorld.com and you can see everything. The PR company.
We're in every country all over the world. We're on everything that you could see from Roku to name all that shit.
I know. No, it's just all you got to do is go to JimmyStarrsWorld.com and you can have a link to every channel.
We're all over the place. We're like syphilis.
Oh, that's fantastic. You're adored everywhere then.
Yeah.
I hope so. We try our best to be honest and upfront, no bullshit.
Yeah.
We don't stage anything. Everything happens live. It's a real show. I try to bring out in our guests who they really are, not their actor persona.
And we're every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific time or 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time on W4CY.com. You hit Talk 4 TV up in the top and it takes you to the YouTube live stream, and you can just watch it live on YouTube.
Oh,
And we have a
fantastic.
chat room and everything, just like you. We have a chat room and everything. It's a lot of fun. We want to thank you for letting us come on.
That was really fun. I like you. You're a nice guy. Too bad you're blue. Why don't you go to Palm Springs to get some sun? You may turn tan.
Yeah, something a little bit more natural. Yeah, the blue thing just isn't doing it for people, is it?
Well, no, you know what it is? Your blue balls traveled up to your face.
That's true. I'll have to let my girlfriend know about this. Thank you for listening.
Maybe she can bring. Maybe
I love this new app. It's a medical doctor online. I love it.
maybe your girlfriend can blow some color into you.
I kind of set that one up, didn't I?
You did.
You deserved it. Every word of it you deserved.
Yeah, probably so.
Thank you so much. You're a terrific guy. I enjoyed.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Jimmy, Ron, it's been absolutely wonderful. And to everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. I want to thank Sumner Twin Talent for producing us, and also Stephen Santa Cruz and Amanda Armstrong. I'm Dan Crosier with Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.